Welcome back to Crypto Learning Community. Today we're looking at Bitcoin, and I want to give my 2 cents in the TA on why I think we will potentially SFP that 110K zone that we've been priming and begin a sell-off. Now I understand there is a lot of bullish news. You have just look at it here on Crypto Panic. We have big breaking. President Trump says U.S. become AI and crypto superpower. We have Loomis picked to chair the Senate Banking Committee. She wants to urgently pass legislation for Bitcoin strategic reserve. All this has already been said, right? Bitcoin initially pumped when Trump was saying all of those things back before he was a president, right? That's when we pumped. So what happens when that news comes to fruition? That is often a sell the news event, and they're not complex. This is a very common thing, and that's what I believe is going to be happening. We've spent all this time pumping the price up, and then when the event comes, you'll have a little pump, but it's going to be priming for a dump. And some more major signals that go along with this idea of mine are the bearish divergences on the daily time frame. We're at the moment 3.5 hours away from printing a red dot, which will be a daily bearish divergence, and even more powerful than the daily bearish divergence is the money flow clearly coming out. The last daily bull div, we actually had one over here, and that brought us 23% up. Now imagine pairing this with the money flow, 70K, at least 85K. These are very likely areas, and I'll show you why we're looking at those areas too. Some more things I want to point out while we're here is when we've been breaking these all-time highs, is we've been losing momentum, right? So we have a all-time high broke here for 6.8%. The break here is 5%. You see that fading in strength? Here we have 3.5%, and now a measly 1.5%, right? So there's definitely a sign of a weakness. I really do believe we're going to come tap that 110K level. It's very psychological. We front ran it. We have liquidity there. There's lots of reasons to come up, and especially with this more recent price action happening on a smaller fractal in here, we've really been priming liquidity there. And I'll go ahead and show you on the book map. It's very evident when we come over here and take a look at liquidity maps, and even the layer 2 book map. So right off the bat, 110, we've had that limit order. We have another major order at 112 and another one at 114. You might not be able to see that one. 114 up there, which could very much be the reversal zone. I'm watching anywhere 110 to 114. I'm going to take that trade. And if we look at the liquidity map over here on the larger fractal, you see how that 110's priming. Notice that big move primed that liquidity right here, and how we have liquidity in here that's being primed as well, which corresponds to 114,000 at the top of that. There's some above, but the major zone here is 114. Now, for reversal, we have a lot of interest at the 95 level and at the 85 level as well. If we come back over here, we have the 95 level. Let me go to a smaller fractal. 95 level lines up with this order block down here quite nicely. And then we also have the 85 level being the tip of this liquidity here. So I'm expecting moves to those areas and reactions off of those areas. And we'll see, right? The worst thing you could possibly see is Bitcoin doing a slow coiling through those zones, because that's going to result in a dump. And what I mean by that is coils, what are the other ones? People call it springs as well. There's several different names, but for the most part they are the same thing. I was seeing a bunch of them earlier. I don't remember what fractal I was looking on. Was it the hourly? It might have been the hourly. So for instance, we have a coil here. We have, I thought we had some more. Yeah, okay, so you have a coil. Wow, you have a move up, and then you have a coil. It led to another move up, and I think it was, where'd the other one go? It might have been on a smaller fractal. They looked prettier. I think it might have been this. Yeah, it was this one. I forget what time frame I was on this fractal, but it's a move down, coil up, and then move down for those. So these coils, when you see them go through liquidity, they react in these different manners. I'm not going to share my templates for that now, but just know that if we start coiling down through this liquidity, that would be a bearish case. I don't think there was anything else I really wanted to state besides the fact that we're watching for shorts at 110k. We have the daily bearish divergence to confirm today in 3.5 hours. We have money flow coming out and a weakness on taking the highs. We have liquidity. Bookmap looks good. Actually, I haven't checked CVD. We can see what's going on there. Okay. So CVD price has been, kind of coming up, but CVD's not coming up as much. Lots of shorts. Yeah, wow. Okay. This event was interesting today. Let's go look at that. So we had price action came to here. And we had a very quick move up with open interest coming up. That was shorts, is that right? Oh, this is more local. That's too local. This is the 1 minute time frame, yeah. Okay, so here was the major move that started today off. We had longs coming in. We have positions closing out off that move. Bounce off the OB. The order block right here. Yeah, nice and clean bounce. An easy trade, but if you blinked, you miss it kind of thing. It all happened so quick. But that would have been a very nice trade. Wow, yeah. Then we have more open interest coming in here. Those were longs at the top. And we made our divergence. At least on the spot, it's exhausted buyer pattern. And then it ultimately rolled down. And again, CVD coming out the whole time. Open interest was slowly decreasing, and now we have a very large choppiness. Orders getting closing and opening. Meanwhile, CVD is still coming out. I'm really not. I'm very hesitant on longs. I am watching that 101 level right here, but other than that, if we start losing this, I'm gonna come down into here. Definitely more bearish given what's going on the daily. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. There's not much else to be said. Just be careful. This is just my 2 cents. I mean, there is some facts in here, like I've stated, but as far as the news goes, it's my opinion that this would be a Sell the News event, in which it's kind of shown too. I think I stated that in my previous video. We had some other news that they followed up with, which resulted in Sell the News events and short sell-offs. So it's another thing to keep in mind. But other than that, God bless and stay safe.